Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back once again to the Broken Past. Today, we're doing something a little bit different again, branching out to a slightly different console than what we've been doing. Picked this guy up today, or a couple days ago, came in the mail today, and I'm gonna open it up from the side because I ripped it halfway apart, getting the label off. And we have not at all like what the what the picture. Oh, there it is. There's the other part of the cover. So, yeah, we have ourselves an original Game Boy. So this does not look like the one that was in the picture. I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember it having a lot of this gunk and stuff down here, but we got this guy fairly cheap. The description simply said does not work 4 parts, but from the pictures, it really didn't look too bad. Yeah, I really don't remember if they had these stickers and stuff on it. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but we'll find out. Came with the battery cover. Yeah, this is way different. The one that I saw definitely did not have a lot of this corrosion in it. So this could be an interesting purchase. So let's go ahead and just turn this guy on and see. Anyway, the original one that I bought just said for parts. The screen had looked okay. There had not been corrosion on the inside, but I do have some batteries. So let's just see with this corrosion if it starts up and see what we have to do to fix this guy. And power, and sure enough, yeah, absolutely nothing. So I'm going to take a stab at guessing probably that. If I take some of this apart here. So we have, oh well, it's going to show up in that video. We've got, clearly we have a ton of corrosion on the inside, first of all. I wonder, I don't have any sandpaper around here with me, if I could get enough of a connection on this guy, or if I'm going to have to take it apart and look at it. I'm going to likely guess it'll have to come apart. Let's just give it one more test just to see here. The inside cartridge slot doesn't look too bad. And body-wise, on the outside, it's really not bad. Well, let's see if... Yeah, definitely. Definitely nothing in there. Let's see if we can scratch this guy a little bit. And the volume wheel's good. Contrast feels good. The nice thing is it does have that expansion, or the connector cover on there. I think I lost mine on my OG Game Boy a long time ago. So really going to need to get a toothbrush, take this apart and take a look at that. But before I do that, I am actually going to take a look at the auction and try to see if this is the right one. So in the picture, this is definitely not the same one that was shipped. The one that was sent has a completely different serial number, and the pictures on the inside with the battery cover off show that there's definitely not corrosion in there. So that is a little bit frustrating. And also in the picture, the front of the console is not grimy looking like this one is. So I guess we take it apart and take a look at the inside of it here and see what we're working with. So I should probably contact the seller and address this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just take off the screws first and let's see how bad, oh gosh, this thing is on the inside. All right, let's take this guy off and let's see what we're dealing with. That looks like an awful lot of corrosion. Does that ribbon cable just slide out? And from here, so it's definitely the underside of this guy that I'm a little worried about. Okay. So looking at the board, there's definitely some corrosion on the contacts, but they really don't look too bad. I wonder if simply cleaning that will take care of it. Let's go ahead and take the rest of this out here. So we have that connector there, looks good. This guy here clearly has a good amount of corrosion to him. Let's go ahead and sit this, whatever, we'll sit it right there. Nope, lost the power switch. And I need to remove, let's see. There we go. One off. And pull that one off, which is both of these off, I guess. And we can clearly see that these are incredibly corroded. So I will step aside for the moment and clean these off, as well as give this guy a little bit of a clean here, and see where that gets us, and I will be right back. All right, so we are back. Let's see, I think it was this guy here. Yep, that one didn't have a lot of corrosion on it. This one didn't do too bad. There's still a good amount of corrosion on the back, but the main contacts on both of these look like they came out pretty well. Got a connector here that was slightly corroded, Let's see if we get that on video too. He's still a little bit of corrosion in there, but got the main part initially kind of knocked off of there. I did notice that there's some corrosion on this pin here, which may or may not show up. So that will obviously just impact the gameplay. So we'll see at that point if that's still an issue. But since we've got the contacts taken care of, let's look at what we need to do to get these put back in. And now I need to figure out how these sit in here. So in here, we still have some corrosion, some dirt, some grime in here. I'm not going to worry about that right now. If we get to that point, I will just take it back apart again. But for now, we will just get these guys back in here just to put it all back together and cross our fingers that that's really all that was needed, was just some corrosion on those connectors, which after doing some looking, it sounds like that's kind of, you know, the most common problem with these is just those connectors get corroded. People leave batteries in here. There's a slight discharge on the console, and that just ultimately drains the battery and corrodes the contacts. So let's see if putting this back in the right way will solve the problem. And I do have a new glass screen for this. So if it fixes and if the screen is good, I'll end up disassembling it all, cleaning all this, getting as much of the glue off of here as I can, and putting it back together and trying it out. So let's see. And again, having never done this, I'm not sure the easiest way to hold these to get everything connected. Try to get this as much on camera as I can. And set that back on there. I should be able to do it without screwing everything together. You know what, I think if we just hold it together, it'll be enough. So let's drop a couple batteries in here. And cross our fingers that this works. And obviously I didn't put the power switch back in, so I'll do it with this guy. And we still have nothing. That's not good. Okay, so let's see what else we got going on here. So I want to test, let's see if we can get it on this other camera here. I want to test, let's see if we can prop this up. Just to jank it together here. All right. Let me grab my multimeter here. And I am going to test the 2 points on the back. And I should be getting a reading. Oh gosh. Let's bump that. I really don't want to get that ribbon cable loose again. I wonder if I can just hold it and test it here. I should get a reading of 6 volts. Which I'm not getting 6 volts. So I'll just leave that on. So is it an issue still with those connectors? Let's pull the display back off. Let's look at this guy a little bit closer here. So we should have we should have 6 volts across these 2 terminals, which we don't. So let's test for continuity across these. Or we don't. Okay. So let's look here. Set all these out of here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put some screws in to help hold this guy in place. Which, now I don't know. I think they were down here. Or were they up here? I don't even know. I believe they were down here. I'll verify before I put everything back together. But at least with this, I can do a quick test on continuity of the board here. So this should give me continuity, which it does, clearly. As does this. Pretty easy. And that clearly does as well. So, do we have an issue between the spring and this, which we do? So the spring is not making good contact with that. So this should be making good contact with the pad because it's just one big metal piece. But on this guy, we have a clear issue with that. So let's take this guy back apart. That's good. I'm actually glad that we have a continuity issue because it means that we still have a problem that we know about. So we know something to try to troubleshoot. So let's take this back apart. I'm still a bit angry that they sent me the console I didn't buy. I'm definitely going to be contacting the seller because this was the exact thing I didn't want to have to fight with. But I guess take what you can get. So set that out of the way. So we are having an issue between that spring and the back board, which is interesting. Comparing that to these, which are clearly a lot cleaner, but I'm not entirely sure how that's not making contact. I mean, yes, it's definitely corroded, but I've got a cup down here of some isopropyl alcohol. Let's try not to spill it. And a toothbrush. And we're going to give it a bit more of a scrub here and see. Since I can't dunk this in vinegar like I did upstairs, it's not quite as easy. I'm always afraid of scrubbing too hard, and I'm afraid that some of the corrosion's eaten on the spring, and I don't want to snap that spring, but I don't know, I might just be overly paranoid on that. So let's give it another test and see if we are in any better shape after doing that. Oh, that's much better. Much solid connection. Kind of. I think we're okay. I think it seems a lot more solid. So let's put it back in one more time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hedge my bets that we are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and throw all 4 screws in, tighten them up. Not going to make them too tight, I guess, because I will be taking it back apart again later for cleaning, assuming this takes care of it. You know what, we can actually, let's do the ribbon cable first. Slide this guy back on. Throw our batteries back in. Make sure the power switch is off. I suppose I should have sat that in there now while I had a chance, but just in case it doesn't work. And moment of truth. Oops. Heater tweezers. And boom. Look at that. We see nothing on the display, but I hear sound. Turn the pot down. Wow. Screen itself even looks nice. So that's excellent news. Let's turn it back off. I'm gonna grab a game here quick. Let's find out if it reads the games. We're going to try our tried and true Pocket Monsters Blue. We know this game works. And let's give it a go. See slightly corrupted Nintendo. It's okay. It's possible the console hasn't been run for a while, or that pen is going to be an issue, but it's also possible this cartridge or this Game Boy hasn't played into games for quite some time, so the cartridge pins might be a little dirty. And hey, check it out. That is great news. Sound is nice and loud. Let's see if we can turn up some more. It's picking it up on the camera as well as that one. That is excellent. So, turn the volume down here. So we have up and down working. Select A, B, or start A, B. I don't remember if select is used in this game. But based on everything else, it's definitely very responsive too. That is great news. Pop that off. Pull the game out. And now I just need to know how that power switch sits in there. I believe that just sits right. Let's grab my tweezers here. Again, I'm definitely going at this as a non-professional with Game Boy repairs, so I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this. Does that go in the other way? That probably goes in the other way. We'll get it. Actually, that probably needs to come out with the motherboard, doesn't it? Okay, so let's try not to take that out if we don't have to. Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely a much easier way of doing this, but you know what? I don't care right now. I'm just excited that after seeing how bad a shape. Oh, that's definitely. There we go. After seeing how poor shape those contacts were. This is exciting. I feel like that should sit in there better, but maybe not. Maybe that's fine. And we reassemble. I'm not going to bother going too tight because I will have a follow-up video. Oh gosh, and I completely forgot to put those screws on the board back in. That is a beginner's mistake if I would ever knew one. And lost the power button. Good job. We'll just maybe, fast forward through part of this. I mean, I feel like I don't have something in the right. It feels like it's giving me a lot of resistance closing it, but again, maybe that's normal. I don't know. This one's definitely not a. This is not a how-to video. This is more of a. Let's see if we can get a working console video, which I believe we have succeeded. And this is excellent because I have, like I said, I do have my own original Game Boy that is in pretty good condition. Although compared to this, it's probably in about the same condition. This is not bad. I know my screen protector or screen cover is still good compared to this one, but I have a replacement one for this, so that's not a huge deal. But I didn't really want to tear mine apart for a refurb video, so just because kind of nostalgia. I wanted to keep it in, keep it in great condition without digging into my childhood console. So this was a worthy investment, especially with it working now. And yeah, definitely loose. Definitely don't have everything tightened up all the way. But again, we will have a follow-on full refurbished video coming soon. So just put it back together so that way it doesn't attempt to fall apart on me. And put our 2 batteries in. Yeah, I definitely feel like I don't have it tightened up all the way, but you know what? That's okay. So let's pop our game back in. Let's put our battery cover on. And for completeness, let's put our scratched and fallen off Game Boy cover back on. And let's give it one more try. And there we have it. Full volume. Speaker sounds great. Definitely loud, very loud. So, awesome. So yeah, probably going to be a short video. I'll probably fast forward through a bunch of the clean and repair process, but I will believe this is a successful, I guess, fix or flop. Probably just make this a fix or flop video. And we successfully fixed it. So stay tuned for an upcoming refurb on this guy. We're going to take it all back apart, clean everything, get rid of this gunk all over the speaker, throw a new, I believe it's a glass screen protector that I bought back on, and we're good to go. So yeah, I'm also excited looking at this that we have no, it appears that we have no missing lines, either horizontal or vertical on the screen. So the display itself is in great condition. So yeah, with that, thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for a future video working on this guy and other videos to come. So thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.